It's that time again. You have an amazing cruise coming up. Before you go, you have to make sure you have everything in order, all your items packed. And one thing I don't hear talked about much is having the right apps downloaded on your phone, and there's plenty of them. The first cruise app I love to use is Shipmate. This app alone has a lot of information on it. It's going to have ships, sail dates, excursions, and reviews on all of these things. So you can think of it in all in one place. It's not cruise line specific. They have plenty of cruise lines on there, so you can check out reviews for every cruise line and every ship to help you narrow down which ship you want to go on specifically. Also reviews on excursions, so you know, okay, have an idea of is excursion going to be good, is it going to be bad, is it a toss up, what kind of value of my experience am I truly going to get from an excursion? Because every description of an excursion sounds great. I mean, they always sound a lot of fun, but you do have someone who actually go on it and you found out, it's kind of a letdown. So by checking out these reviews, you know exactly which excursions would actually be a good value for you. It also has deck plans, so this is a wealth of knowledge in this app. And my favorite part of this app is the cruise countdown. And I love these, especially on a hard day of work, because it keeps you motivated to keep on going because, hey, I have a vacation coming up. I only have to make it so many more days, then it's all vacation time and all fun. And currently, it appears that I don't have enough cruises planned, but I'm going to eventually fix that. But I love checking this part out. The next app is definitely one of my favorites, and it is Cruise Mapper. If you don't know what this is, it's basically an app that tracks cruise lines and every ship that they have, where they travel, their current position, speed, how many ships are going to be in port, all of that information. So it's extremely helpful. And I had at times to where I'm at sea and I see a ship passing by me, and I don't know what ship it is because it's in distance. So I'll pull up Cruise Mapper, see what ship is approaching me, and I'm like, ooh, I know what ship that is. So when it gets closer by, it's a little more fun. And who knows, you may know someone on that ship passing by, which is even more exciting. But not only is it good for tracking your personal ship when you're on it, but it's also good for those on land want to track a loved one ship. For example, I know it's going to be a little more extreme scenario, but there is currently, as of the time of filming, a historic Category 5 hurricane going on in the Gulf of Mexico and headed towards Florida. So thoughts and prayers to everyone in Florida right now. Cruise ships are diverting, changing itineraries, changing their plans because of this storm. If you're a loved one on land, it may be difficult to find out exactly what's happening on those ships. All you may see is you go to the website and say, hey, we have changed course. We're no longer docking at this port. We may be leaving early. But as a loved one that's not on the ship, it's still hard to know where that ship is exactly at. Download Cruise Mapper and you could see, oh, okay, this is where the ship's at. Then you can check the weather and see, okay, the ship is nowhere near the storm because they ran away. So it gives you that peace of mind. And as a travel agent, it also helps me keep informed of the location of my client ships because I'm paying attention to the emails that the cruise lines send out in conjunction with these maps to figure out what is going on. So if needed, I can keep my clients informed as well as their loved ones as well. Speaking of weather, make sure you have a weather app downloaded. This comes in handy when it's time to plan out your day. If I'm going to go to a cruise port, get there early in the morning, I may find out it's raining in the morning. So if I know that in advance, I may delay what time I get off the ship so I could avoid the rain. Or if it's going to rain before I'm supposed to be back on the ship, maybe I want to return to the ship a little bit sooner so I'm not caught up in the rain. It rains more than you would think in the Caribbean because you're surrounded by ocean. It's a little more unpredictable. So there's going to be a lot of sunny days, but there's going to be a few rainy days as well. And the weather can change very quickly. Cruise line apps have this information as well, but they may be less specific, saying, hey, it's going to be sunny with a chance of rain today. And temperature range. Versus the app, I can see an hour breakdown on pretty much any weather app, as well as a radar, so give you an idea of how this may affect my plans. So definitely be sure to use a weather app. The next one is the cruise line app. Most every single major cruise line has their own app. There are a few that do things the old-fashioned way, like Margaritavile, but even then they're using QR codes to try to get something to replicate an app, but not actually an app. But most cruise lines do have an actual app you download before you cruise. And once you get on the ship, it's going to have pretty much everything you need to know for the most part. It's going to have a map of your ship. It's going to have your itinerary, daily activities. Some cruise lines don't print out daily activities or you have to request it by paper. Most of them just have it in the app. And a lot of times, the only way you can reserve certain events. So be sure to have this app downloaded. You could also control your spending on here. Some cruise lines allow you to, on the app, to control and set spending limits so you don't overspend. Or at the very minimum, see a list of daily charges so you know, okay, I spent X amount of dollars today. I probably don't want to spend no more today, or okay, I'm under budget. It's another way to kind of keep track of how much you're spending on the cruise. This is a very convenient app. Some cruise line apps work better than others, which is why I recommend these other apps to download, like the weather app, Shipmate, because those might work better than the actual cruise line app for specific things. So that's why you want to have a variety of apps when you go on the cruise, just because if one's messing up one day or being buggy, you have another backup. For example, the last Princess cruise I went on was during their big app update. So I downloaded the regular app before the cruise, and they switched over to their new app just before I got on the ship, and it was kind of buggy when it first came out. It has improved since then, but it's something to keep in mind. Another app that's important to have is Facebook. Why Facebook? I know some of you are confused why I should download Facebook, but it's because Facebook has something called groups. Pretty much every cruise has a Facebook group associated with it, and they're easy to find. Just search by ship and sail date. For example, I am going on Mariner of the Seas in December, so I just go on Facebook, type in Mariner of the Seas, December 19th, 2024. Search, and bam, you'll find a group associated with it. If there's not one, you can create one. Most of these groups are created by people who love cruising. Typically, your experienced cruisers who are just want to connect people and share some information. So this is another great way to get some cruise tips. Meet people before you cruise, so when you get on the cruise, you already have a group of people to hang out with. They do events like gift exchanges, slot pools, a bunch of other things as well. So it's a great way to get to know the people and figure out people to hang out, get some tips, and enjoy your cruise. It's also good to have while cruising, because I've seen it several times to where someone lost an item on the ship and they couldn't find it. They go into the Facebook group, say, hey, if anyone's seen this item, it's mine. Make sure to message me. Or, hey, I forgot a very important item. Like sometimes I see this happens with feminine products. Like, hey, I need this product. Does anybody have any? They'll post it in there. Maybe someone forgot their charger at home. They're like, hey, I'll buy a charger from you if you have one, because either the cruise line is sold out or it's ridiculously expensive to buy one on the cruise. So it's a good way to communicate people in general. It's a great way to message people on the cruise. Cruise line apps typically do have a messaging system, but sometimes there's a charge for it. Some cruise lines free. If you made it this far in this video, I thank you for all your support. You may not know, but I am a travel agent. So if you're looking for a travel agent, be sure to check out my link below. And this brings me to my last app that you should have downloaded. Is if you have a travel agent, there might be a special app you want to download as well. For example, my clients, when they cruise, there's a special app that they could download that's going to have certain information like their itinerary, some special activities that only they have access to. So for example, I have a group cruise coming up, and sometimes travel agents are part of a group in general. There may be special events that's just for certain people, and this is where you're going to find that information. Also, when my clients travel through this app, they have a direct link to message me. So yes, my clients have my cell phone number. They could text or call me whenever. But this app also has another way for them to message me. So it's just another way to stay in touch. Also, I have the same information as all other cruise lines app have. So I have the map of your ship, your itinerary, time you arrive or leave at port. You can even have important flight information as well if you book flights with your cruise. So this is something where you can have all your travel information booked in one place. I can use this app. I can see my flights to and from my cruise. I can see even hotels I had before or after, as well as the actual cruise itself and details of that cruise. And not only that, be able to message your travel agent. So if you're going on a cruise and you use a travel agent, be sure to ask about this, because not all travel agents have that, but I do myself. And every one of my clients will get that link. And those are all the apps that we'll have downloaded before you go on your cruise, so that way you can have the best time possible, have the most up-to-date information, and be able to keep in touch with the ones you love. If you're looking for more cruise tips, reviews, and ship tours, be sure to check out my other videos now, and cruise on.